What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am back. I know y'all gonna be like, where the hell you been? Because you've been gone for years. Yes. So I was in Army basic training and I left in February. I graduated sometime in May, and now I'm in AIT. If you guys know what that is, it's your advanced individual training for your MOS. Basically, look, they complicated. I'm in my job training right now. That's it. I'm in my job training. After I graduate basic training, they send you to your AIT/job training, and that's when you work on yourself. So yes, guys, I've been gone for 5 months, and now I got so many stories, and I have to make this video because I'm like, there's things that I wish I would have known before I went to basic. So I'm about to make this super quick. I'm finna get right to this video. Take notes because you need to know all of these things. Let's get to it. So the first thing that you need to know before going to basic training is this. When you first get to basic training, whenever you ship off, you're not going straight to basic training, okay? You're going to something called reception. Reception is basically what you go to before basic training in order to get like all of your paperwork done, like your administrative stuff, your, like if you have children, if you're married, if you need to get shot, well, you're gonna get shots anyway. But you have to get your shots, financial stuff. That's what you do in reception, right? Okay. So this is what you really need to know. That BS list that your recruiter gives you, like for like your packing, no. My recruiter gave me a list of things that I need to bring to basic training. Basically talk about, oh, bring like a couple pair of underwear, a couple pair of socks, a couple bras, stuff like that. Let me tell you something. So, of course, when you first ship off and you go to reception, because it's not basic training when you first get there. Reception usually lasts for about a week if you're lucky. So you get to reception, you don't have anything but the clothes on your back and the stuff that you brought. You're telling me that you want me to survive a week, if not more, off of a couple pair of underwear? No. It don't work like that, because most likely when you get to reception, you may not even go to the PX until the last day, or until you actually get to basic training. Basically, the PX is like the little shopping center that the military calls PX, whatever. Okay, so you may not even get a chance to go to the PX until the last day or until you get to basic training. So right now, you're sitting here trying to survive off of a couple pair of underwear or whatever the hell that you need, you know, until you get there, until you get to basic training. It don't work like that. So let me just tell you this. Bring your own shit. You want to bring your own stuff. Bring a week's worth of underwear, a week's worth of underclothes, whatever the hell you need. Bring that shit yourself. You need it. Bring your own stuff, because you may not go to the PX anytime soon, and you don't want to be sitting there trying to reuse clothes. You know, by the grace of God, someone had detergent with them. We was able to all wash our stuff, because no one had anything that they needed, because we thought that once we get here, because the way your recruiter is going to tell you, they're going to tell you that they're going to take your stuff anyway. That's not true. When you get there, they're not even going to touch your stuff. They're not going to go through your bags. Look, I could have brought so much crap with me. I could have brought so much stuff with me, because they're not going to check your bags. So let me be extremely transparent. For my brown, colored, indigenous, whatever you call yourself, females, bring your own hair stuff, because you're gonna get to the PX and you're gonna look at this stuff that they offer and you're gonna be like, what the hell? What is this? So you're telling me you want me to have my hair slicked down in a bun, you want it to look good, and you want it to stay all day with no frizzies, no flyaways, and you want to give me some crappy gel and this soft little tiny brush that look like it's for eyebrows. No, bring your own stuff, because you're gonna need it. And I guarantee you, especially for females, they're gonna get on your hair. Especially for females who have hair like mine, they're gonna get on your hair. They're gonna tell you that's out of regulation. They're gonna tell you it's unprofessional, all that. That's gonna be a whole separate video. I'm gonna get into that, but yeah, just make sure for males and females, bring your own shit. So the next thing that you really need to understand and know before you go to basic training is the showering. Yeah, so showering was one of my biggest fears before I left, and that's one of the reasons why I delayed me going to the Army for so long, is because of showers. So I have the biggest fear of showering in front of people, or just anything. Then, like, I'm a private person, right? So my biggest fear was like, oh my God, I'm about to shower in front of people. And that wasn't even the case. No, let me take that back. In reception, when you get to reception, most likely the showers there is gonna be like a big room, like a community shower, a big ass room like this with a whole bunch of shower heads around. And yes, you gotta shower in front of people. By the grace of God, when we actually got to basic training, it wasn't like that. They had individual showers with a curtain, so you got your privacy. So that was good. But that's not always the case for anywhere that you go for basic. Like for me, I went to Fort Sill. So it was a, you know, somewhat nice base. You had your privacy in the showers for basic training, not for reception, for basic training. But it may not always be like that. You may go to Fort Jackson, Fort Leonard Wood, whatever, Fort Benning, and it may not be like that. You may be showering in front of people the whole freaking 2 months or whatever. So just know, before you go to basic training, there is a high possibility that you may be showering in front of people. So another thing that you need to know before going to basic training is when you get to reception, you're gonna have to get shots. But I'm finna put you up on game. So when you get to reception, you're required to get X amount of shots. It depends on your blood type. It depends on your immunity to the shots. For me personally, I only had to get 1 shot, and it was a penicillin shot in your ass. And that shit hurts. So I got a shot in my glutes called the peanut butter shot. If you know, you know. Drop it down in the comments. I know what you're talking about. That shot is hell. So I was limping for like a good week. That shot, poof, boy, the devil. So that was one of the only shots I had to get, because I told them that it was against my religion to get shots. Is it? Maybe, but I know I didn't have to get those shots. So I would say, if you have a fear of shots, if you really like have a phobia about it, a mental issue with shots, definitely say it's against your religion, because they can't force you to get something that, you know, that's against your religion or something that is against your belief. So most people ended up having to get about 10 to 14 shots, and for me, like I said, it wasn't the case, because I told them, look, this is not what I do. It's not my beliefs. I don't believe in this. I can't do it. And it worked. So just know that you're probably gonna have to get some shots, and if you're cool with that, you're cool with that. If you're not, say you don't believe in it, and you'll be good. So another thing that you need to know before going to basic training is somewhat revolving around the packing listing that your recruiter gives you. So before you go off to basic training, you need to bring you at least 2 outfits, because when you get to AIT, your actual job training, there's so much more things that you can do. Like on the weekends, after hours, you can wear civilian clothes. You may be able to go off base. You may be able to go bowling, whatever that you decide to do on or off base, you can wear civilian clothes most of the time, depending on where you go. So when you're in AIT, you don't want to be walking around, you know, looking like a freaking green popsicle all the time with your OCPs on or with your PCs on. You want to have some type of chill clothes, and then of course you can always go to the PX and buy you more things. So that's something I really wish I would have known and thought about when I got here, that crap, I don't got nothing to wear. So make sure you bring you some chill outfits, something that you can just walk around on base in. You don't want to be walking around in this crap all day. So besides reception, when you actually get to basic training, there's going to be something called a shark attack. Yeah. So a shark attack is basically when you finally meet your drill sergeants, you get to where you're going to be for the remainder of the 2 months. Now, shark attack is supposed to be the drill sergeants yelling at you, cussing at you, down your throat, you know, all this goofy stuff that's supposed to scare you, get the civilian life out of you. Shark attack was weak. I don't know if I'm saying this because I worked in a jail before. I'm used to people yelling at me, calling me everything but a child of God, but it was weak. I'm not even lying. And I'm extremely sensitive. Like, I'm a sensitive female. It was weak. You can do it. You can handle it. So they're gonna be yelling. They're gonna be cussing all in your face. And another thing too, I couldn't take my drill sergeant serious because I'm taller than most of them. Like, you're sitting here looking up at me like that, and I'm like, dude, at this point, you're a joke. You're a joke. Another thing that you need to know before going to basic training is privacy. If you're a private person like me, you're gonna be uncomfortable. You're gonna be very uncomfortable. I like my privacy. When you're in the Army, not even basic training, just fun fact, in the Army, there's no privacy. From the time you go to MEPS, when you have to pee in the cup in front of someone else, your privacy is already violated. At this point, look, violations. So when you get to reception, of course, the showering, no privacy. When you get to actual basic training in the barracks, no privacy. There's a big ass room with a whole bunch of beds, bunk beds. It's not like you can go behind the closet or something and change. Like, no, there's no privacy. You have to be uncomfortable. So before you go to basic training, you need to work out. This is something I somewhat did. Like, I used to work out on my own time. You know, I work out certain things that I want to work on with myself. But I'm gonna just say this: before you go to basic training, work out on push-ups, sit-ups, and running, because that's gonna be like the main thing that we do. I personally don't think if you can do 10 more push-ups than me, that doesn't make you a better soldier, but whatever. Anyway, so work on your PT, because it's gonna make it that much easier for you in basic training. Like, it's already kind of stressful. If you can take some of that physical demand off, you're gonna be good. So speaking of PT, be prepared to lose weight, but be prepared to gain weight. So if you're thinking that, oh, I'm gonna go to the army, I'm gonna go to basic training, and I'm gonna come out looking fine, looking snatched, no, that's not always the case, right? When I went to basic training, I gained weight. I gained 10 pounds. Now, let me just say this. I didn't try my hardest in PT, and I was also the contraband goddess. That could be why, or could be, I don't know, like, it could have been stress, it could have been whatever, but I know for a fact I gained weight, and it's not like it was muscle weight. I gained fat weight. I look overall fatter. But yes, it's not always going to be I lost weight or I gained weight in a good way. You could also you can also gain fat weight. Not saying that's gonna be the case. Like I said, I was a contraband goddess, and I didn't do my absolute best in PT, mainly because, like, I have to be motivated to do PT. After a while, it gets extremely annoying waking up every single day doing PT, and especially doing the same stuff over and over again. And personally, I don't think the exercises that the Army makes us does helps anyway. Like, what the hell is the bending reach gonna do for me? Go to YouTube and look up that exercise. It's stupid. It's not gonna do anything for me but mess my back up even more. So it got to the point where I'm not motivated to do PT anymore, because we do it every day. It's not helping. And I think half the stuff we're doing is stupid. So yes, be prepared to lose weight, or be prepared to gain weight, or whatever. Just know that you're not always gonna get your fitness results. You may lose, you may gain. Never know. So another thing that you need to know before going to basic training is that everyone is a snitch. Literally. Everyone in basic training is a snitch. Or at least have that mindset, because anything that you do, someone's gonna tell. Anything wrong that you're doing, someone's gonna tell. Anything right that you're doing, someone is gonna tell. I feel like people in the Army, especially basic training, they're out to get each other. And it's like they're always looking to go tell on you. They're always looking for you to mess up so they can go snitch. It never fails. 1 minute after lights off, you're not in your bed, someone's gonna go tell the drill sergeant, hey, I think she was out of her bed, and I don't. They're gonna go tell. You wake up in the middle of the night and you go use the latrine, bathroom, whatever, and you didn't let your fire guard know. I think she was trying to escape last night. Look, people are snitches in basic training. So if you're gonna do the wrong thing, do it good, do it in private, and head out. So this is another thing that a lot of people asked me about when I got out of basic training, was mail and phone calls. So in basic training, yes, you do get mail, and yes, you do get phone calls most of the time. So I don't know about any other training site, but for us, we got our phones every 3 weeks, and we was able to make like a 10-minute phone call. Really BS to me, but whatever. So you get your phones every so often if you're lucky, if you're acting good. For mail, you're supposed to get mail usually whenever it comes, but we had a schedule. It was like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We never went by the schedule because they would hold our mail for weeks because people act stupid and we wouldn't get our mail, and we'd have to pay for what one person did. We're gonna get into that later, but yeah. So you definitely can write your letters. You definitely can get your mail. But I would say this: when you're writing your letters, don't leave it out. If you leave it out, it's free range. The drill sergeant is gonna read it in front of everybody. Don't do it. Don't leave anything out. That's just free range for anyone to read it. Drill sergeants embarrass you, whatever. But yes, you do get mail. You can write letters, countless amount of letters. You can get your phone. if you're good, if your company allows that, you can get your phone like it's supposed to be every week. I have a lot of friends in the Army, and most of them went to Fort Jackson, and they said that they got their phones like every Sunday. That was not the case for us. We got our phone every 3 weeks. BS, but at least we got it. So another thing that you really need to know before going to basic training is not to be pretty. Specifically for females, but hey, males too, if that's what you're into. Don't be a pretty soldier. So what I mean by don't be a pretty soldier, try not to be one of those people who's scared to do anything, scared to get your hands dirty, whatever. Just don't be like that, because that was definitely me. And drill sergeants are gonna hate you. I wasn't one of those soldiers who was scared to get dirty or scared to, you know, try anything or do anything, but I mean, I'm not gonna act like I enjoy sleeping outside, because I don't. So but yeah, so whatever your opinions are about something, whether sleeping outside, digging a hole, whatever it is, don't let it be known, because they're gonna get on you. They're gonna make your life a living hell, like mine was in basic. Yeah. So yes, those are all the things I have for you guys on what you need to know before going to basic training. I think I covered everything. If not, I'm gonna just make another video. But if you've been to basic training, like any branch, let me know. Like, I want to know what your experience was, because I know every branch is super different. So guys, let me know what you guys think, and I will see y'all in my next video.